in human resources. And she has built people first cultures across the top organization, which includes like she worked with as an head HR of Collins Aerospace India. And she started actually her career as a journalism and PR, and later she has transitioned herself to HR, where she has led like a change management, employee management, employee engagement, leadership development for the global teams and all. So and she's here with us today. She's going to talk about her experience, how the kind of communication with empathy and with strategic wisdom, how she has actually lived it, and now she's going to explain to you. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. And today's session, so we would be talking about our mental health and how we can balance it with our culture and I mean, like the hustle culture, what we do, and comparing it to our real life. So I think that will be very interesting. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. Over to you.
My pleasure, Riddhi. Thank you very much, Mentor Cloud and God, for having me here today. Thank you, students who have taken out time to come and listen to me. So, mental health and hustle, or vice versa. These are the two elements in which I'm going to talk about in the next 40 minutes, maybe. I'll leave about 20 minutes time, 15 minutes minimum at the end to answer your questions at the best of my capacity. Riddhi or Ayushi, one of them would keep track of your questions. I may not be able to pause looking at the chat also. So don't worry, I'll make sure that I'll have enough interactive session at the end of my talk. So some of you have actually messaged that I have nice smileys on my background. This is just a nudge to all of us to take time to smile. We are in such a fast-paced world that we don't have time to even smile, acknowledge people who, pass by, or we forget to smile sometimes because we are so preoccupied or probably running too many things in our mind. So this is a reminder to all of you that we should take time to smile. We should take time to grin. We should do all kinds of emojis of smiles. Okay. So I remember that one anecdote I read some weeks ago. I don't even remember where I read, but it's an interesting one that I want to tell you, students. There was one girl, one such girl that she was a walking, talking productivity machine type of a girl, Her Google Calendar would be like packed, including weekends. She takes immense pleasure in ensuring that she has time blocked everything, and she was very capable of making sure that she follows that calendar as well. She's that capable. And of course, she will take time to do 8 minutes of yoga routine. She'll take out some 10 to 12 minutes to listen to a TED talk. And she'll quickly go to the balcony and check how the plants are doing. She'll listen to music when she's going on the long journey to her college. So she'll do all this at the same time, tracking the Google Calendar, trying to put alarms or trigger the notes that will give her the alarm in case she would want to be reminded about the important task. So this type of a girl, she keeps following this. She gets anxiety. She gets frustrated if little thing happens. Keep that aside. The actual part comes now. One day when she's like very, very focused and concentrated on the subject she loves, she's attending a class. She's so focused in that she's attending the class, and suddenly the Google Calendar says 3 to 3:30 p.m. Title is, burned down. And then the location is under the table. So she suddenly thinks, weird glitch. What a silly Google, she thinks. Who will even under the desk, who will have this kind of reminder, she thinks. She continues her class. She goes to the library next. And then she's so consciously taking down notes on the laptop of the book she was referring to. And suddenly her mind and body agrees with the Google Calendar at 3 o'clock sharp. Suddenly she stops. She'll be staring at the laptop. She'll be eating the yogurt. She actually smells the yogurt also. Oh, what flavor today? Blueberry. Aha. And then with a jolt, she'll just get up. Student, she was not sleeping, but she was waking up to the present. She was waking up to the present with a jolt, saying, "Oh, what am I doing? Am I trading my mental wellness to a to-do list that has no end at all?" She suddenly thinks technology is prompting me to take a break. Is that so? Then it's better I log out and take a break. That's what she thinks. Then what she does, she picks up her water bottle. She, of course, logs out. She picks up her water bottle. She goes to the corridor and, fills her water bottle, smiles at people who come, acknowledge her and all. Mentally, she's thinking, okay, I'll put some nap time for weekends. And she very religiously put some nap times for the weekends. And then she wants to add some aesthetics to the calendar, and she wants to add some humor to herself. What she does is she'll put some formal wear and she'll go to the nap. She'll think that she's in a meeting and she'll go to a nap. It looks like she wants to give some humor to herself. And after the nap, she, texts her friend, "Dude, this works, You go to the nap with a tie, necktie, and you'll feel you're attending a meeting at the same time you're sleeping or taking a nap." So this is the anecdote that I remembered, that I recollected, and I shared with you. You may be thinking Geeta is telling some story, we are listening, and some of you may not even have smiled at the ending of this anecdote that I recited. You might think, well, this is all, good English. So I'll come to the practical things of your day-to-day life. This something called uh, uh, developing oneself, overload of developing oneself, right? So what is this? This is what most of the student scenario is happening. You're developing so much of your self-development is happening so much that you not only do well in your studies, you promptly submit your assignments, you have time to help or assist people in their assignments, you attend some online classes to upskill yourself. Then sometimes some of you may go or sign up for some free certifications that might help you to have an edge over others when you're applying for your first jobs. You'll do everything that's possible. Yeah, some of you will go to some networking events where the leaders are sharing what the job market is all about, what is the industry wanting from the young job seekers, especially the first timers, how prepared they should be. You might even hear people talking to you about how job readiness is all about, and they might even share how to build your resume, blah, 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 blah. You might go and attend all these sessions and promptly share it with your friends, talk, ask them when is the next session, etc. Right? What this leads to is your social media. What you do now, you start posting good stories about what happened and what you learned and what you can learn. And then you'll start scrolling the feeds. I'm sure. Type Y in the chat box. How many of you do this? You'll scroll the feed or whatever you call it in your language. Then you realize that, oh, they are doing so much. They are posting some badges that they earned. They are posting some recognition they have earned. And they also talk about glorified overwork that they are doing, how they glorify it by talking about it in such a positive manner that will influence the person who is reading it. They post so much of pictures about how these overwork has helped them, long work hours have helped them, academics, learning, upskilling, reskilling, whatever you want to call it. They'll post all this and you are scrolling that. In the bargain, what you're doing, it's a flip side basically. The flip side of you mentally gets so stressed up saying, if they can, why can't I do? Why are they able to do? Why am I not able to do? Actually, you would have already done all this. Only thing you have not religiously uh, done anything that they did in the social media. But your, reflex will start negative. The reflex will say, I haven't done all this. I will have to do all this. I have to catch up on all this kind of nonsense things comes in your mind. And this, what happens in the flip side in your mind will want to raise your bar. You are actually good, but unknowingly you will raise your bar. You thinking that you want to overdo someone's achievement or you want to stand out amongst people who are peers. So this kind of unknowing reflexes happen in your mind, and you'll start overdoing it also sometimes. And what this, it's all like a chain reaction. Now, after this, what happens is you start, what you call in your language is that FOMO, fear of missing out. Now, what is this fear of missing out? It is the fear of missing out what peers are doing. Maybe you didn't have time to watch what others are doing. Maybe you didn't read what achievements they are getting because they did A, B, C, D, whatever. So, this fear of missing out will make you spend more screen time, spend more time on the research, and it'll become like a big heaviness in your mind. So it won't stop there. What you'll do, it will go on to saying, okay, let me be available. I should look available. I should be seeming to be available. So group chats, you'll be available online. You'll be available to respond to some forums that you normally go to. You will be available for your college club people who have some activities that are going. In the bargain, you're just clogging your mind and body just to see that you're like doing the top of everything in the world, right? And then what will happen? All this while you're doing all this, sometimes you forget to smile. That's why I said you have to nudge yourself all the time to smile. Now and then you have to just smile, look up and smile. So when all this is happening, these practical things are happening, these are the things that are called hustle. And when you go to the side hustle, for example, side hustle, you are all talented, you all have passion, you aside your academics, you all are you all have hobbies that might give you some, part-time roles or freelance gigs that you do. So financially, you may gain somewhere, and financially you might feel independent that you're earning some money for certain things that you want to do apart from your studies, right? uh, I'll give you some examples, like you might be very good at photography, and these days is very popular. Youngsters are doing this YouTube video editing, and some of you might love to go and support some society which is doing some cause related walks or talks or something. They'll engage you like a photographer. You all this will give you, it's not a break that you're thinking you're taking, but it is a side hustle that you're doing. It is a part-time job that your mind is doing. It's a part-time physical activity that is draining your energy and mind that is happening. See, all this, it is giving you some, what do you call, stability in understanding the career or career advancement, or as I said, financial gains, or some feeling happy that you are very productive. But you are chasing something called a consistent productivity seeking machine, right? Like that girl. So you're doing all this apart from what you're studying, apart from being available for your social club or college club, whatever I mentioned earlier. Apart from all that and getting good grades, internships, preparing for placements, you are doing so many things apart from all these. So I am sure you will relate to all these items that I discussed. This is hustle. So it was interesting for me to notice the call that Riddhi had. So I'll talk about that in a little while. So all of you should agree that you are in a hustle. Don't be proud and pat your back and say, yes, I am there. Whatever Geeta told just now, I am doing everything. No, you should not do that. So instead of doing all that, before we go to the consequences, I want to give you a disclaimer. Whatever examples I'm going to tell you about consequences right now, it is not something that you should get paranoid about if you find it someday, one day during the year or doing. Okay, don't get paranoid about all these. They're just symptoms. Why I'm going to talk about the symptoms is because, like any disagreement or conflicts or arguments or everything, if we leave it unattended, no, it becomes chronic. It becomes like an illness for us. So, likewise, this hustle, if we don't attend to it and get a conscious break, then it will become a very chronic illness for us. We won't be, our mind and body won't be able to take it. So Riddhi was mentioning in the poll, no, about being burnt out. So that is a jargon, of course, but in general English, it's like an exhaustion. It's like a fatigue. You feel very drained, very, very tired soon. And suddenly you'll think that, you are very good at remembering and recalling what the professor talked. And suddenly you feel that you're not able to recall what was being taught today. Some small things might start happening to you. And then some of you, I did all this when I was your age. I think I must have done maximum freelancing jobs that I can ever think of. Multi-talented, I was feeling so proud and I used to do all that and I got severe migraine. Trust me, students, I did notice that, in time. And then I slowed down. I cautioned myself, no, Geeta, you should not do all this. Why are you doing all this? I cautioned myself and I started consciously building. I started consciously allowing myself to take break. And in the poll, they were saying they'll about rest, whether feeling guilty, if taking rest is feeling guilty. I'll talk about that later. But the consequence is you won't be able to sleep, first of all. Leave alone feeling guilty about taking rest. You'll not feel like sleeping. You won't get sleep. You'll become more anxious. You get quick reaction instead of action. You'll start reacting to things. You'll get frustrated soon. So to avoid all this, what you'll automatically do is you'll start social distancing. You'll not go to some social gatherings. You'll not become aware of the mind that is making you not to do what you were doing earlier. It will just go as a reflex. You'll start distancing yourself. Some of you, because of the consequence, you might get super good grades, but suddenly you realize you're not able to get those grades. So it is hitting everywhere. You're not able to think out of the box, which you used to do so well. And then you're not able to sleep. So what happens? You get up with a headache, you get up with tiredness. That will lead to some lethargy. Okay, I'll go a little late too. Absenteeism will happen because you'll think, okay, let me go late. All these are some consequences that might happen. And these social influences that caught up with your mind, you'll start thinking that you should do and you'll overdo. So there is a big stress in your mind. You built up the stress in your mind. Headaches are something that are very common nowadays, but sometimes unknowingly stress builds up. And as unknowingly you're in the hustle, knowingly you'll be able to understand that stress is building up. So if you attend to these stress, if you attend to these, in a break, then what will happen? It will slowly give you an average percentage of your daily life to become normal. I'm not saying you're not normal. I'm not saying you're abnormal or something. However, I'm saying that this kind of consequences may occur. These are on the milder side. I don't want to go on the very critical illnesses that some of the mentees have shared with me. I have helped them to come out of it, right? It's very severe, so very severe consequence. While the world is running, so the route to success is definitely not overworking yourself, definitely not getting tangled in the hustle that you're doing. Yeah, there is a path to success, there is a route to success, but you should have a structured way of getting there. You should have a ambition. At the same time, you have an healthy success. this is what I'll talk about in a little while. But like an overview, I've given some consequences of being wrapped up in this hustle these days, right? And it was interesting for me to note that there were people who felt guilty for taking time off. I don't remember the percentages, but you know that resting is waste of time. That's what people think. But when you scroll so many reels and so many stories that are of no use, don't you think that's a waste of time? I'm not saying social media is waste of time. Social media is very helpful when it is being used like an informed decision you make how to spend time, to what time you'll spend time on social media, why you want to spend time in social media. That informed decision of making use of the social media is the crux of the whole thing. I'm not saying that taking tuitions to earn some money or doing all the hobbies that will give you money is wrong. It's not wrong. You do everything. You might be a performer. You do everything. But now, when I talk to you about how organizations are getting ready to meet such talent like you'll understand if organizations are prepared, then how prepared you should be to jump into the professional career that you are going to shortly take up. So while we talk about the hustle, when most of you agreed that you're doing most of the things that I'm telling. So I'll talk about organizations that have done so much nowadays, especially post-corona. After we return to work, so many organizations, small, big, medium, whatever, they've all done their preparedness to welcome talent in a environment that is safe for discussing any stress that they have, employees have. They invest on some third party where they will engage the third party to give some wellness sessions. It's like a calendar of, like every organization has training calendar, right? Similarly, they have a wellness calendar also. So it's absolutely confidential. Nobody will know. Not even the HR who is signing up the third party will not know which student is going for which session, which counselor. So organizations are investing like this. They are investing time, money, everything to ensure that the talent which comes in feels very safe in the environment, work environment, and they call it work-life balance. In professional language, they call it work-life. They are getting prepared to give work-life balance to the employees who are, especially the first time was the first job seekers. They're very conscious about giving this environment. While saying that, they are even training their managers. They are training their managers in what way to be empathetic in listening to what the teammates are telling, especially the freshers who are joining. They are ensuring the team building exercises happen. Apart from the technical training sessions, they will certainly have inbuilt, knowledge sharing sessions. How they have team building activities. They'll take them out for lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever, depending on the affordability of the organization. They'll do all the small things. They'll ensure that the festivals are celebrated, causes are being, they contribute to the cause, etc. So managers are doing all this. Most importantly, the realistic goals are being set for these first timers and employees at large, not just first timers. And they will have realistic deadlines, achievable timelines, if you understand that simple words. So when the organization is so prepared to welcome the talent and give the talent, not just first timers, everybody, whatever level, up to VP, director, whatever, everybody's priority is wellness. Everybody's priority is, capabilities, competencies being built, developed, and develop employees, develop in all ways, whatever is productive contributes to the business. Parallelly, they ensure that they balance with the mental wellness also. So when the organizations are taking, I'll talk about leaders also. You take me, for example. I would ensure that I am a role model. I'll set examples. I'll show how empathy works. with people. I'll take one-on-one sessions. So like me, there are thousands and millions of leaders who are consciously working towards ensuring that they have a wellness session or they have a one-on-one discussions. They make it, they have some groups where, there are some people who are seniors who can talk about how to overcome that challenge which they are facing, the roadblocks they are facing. Technically, whatever they are able, they are ready. That group is ready to give answers and solutions or options to such things. So when they are ready, you students, what you need to do, you need to also step up. You need to also get prepared to enter this professional environment. A, you will set boundaries for yourself. What do I mean by setting boundaries? You will have a set start time and a set end time for your academics, for your side hustles, for your hobbies, for whatever you're doing today. All that I listed, you will do everything, but you will set a start time and an end time. And go one step further. You all are very technology savvy people. So what you do one step forward is use the tools and set like cut off notification. What do you call that? Put notifications on silent. You set some time, use the tool and set some time where you'll mute notifications or you'll put it in sleep mode, whatever you call it. Make sure that your screen time, what analyze on a Sunday or a Saturday, you self-analyze and see how much you are doing what and set boundaries for that. You say, okay, I'm doing this, I'm getting this much. And in terms of your side hustle or your main hustle, you set boundaries. Especially side hustles, you have to set boundaries because you have learned to be financially independent. You have seen that success. You have seen those applause. You have seen the cheer. You have seen that success on the stage. So it should not override you. It should not like overboard you. Set start time and an end time. This is very important. Another thing which is very important is to, maybe you all are doing, but consciously meditate. Consciously taking time out to do some yoga routine or some. If you're going to a gym, well and good. I'm glad. And some of you also should be conscious about your diet. I'm not saying go to a nutritionist or a dietitian, put a poster in your kitchen or your fridge and literally, do all that. Don't overdo anything. Just do everything in a way that is possible by you. I'll give you a small example. This is my arm, right? This is my arm. And I'm taking out a ball to throw it onto the ceiling. If my arm strength is not less, I mean not more, and the ball doesn't reach where I imagined it should reach, it won't reach because my arm strength is that much only. So I will have to resign to the fact that this is my strength, this is all what I will do. Similarly, you also have to set this boundary saying, this is all I'll do. This is what I'll do for this much. What it takes to go there, that also you set time. Your timeline will be very reasonable if you know your own personal strength. So listen to the body. This is what we hear from everybody when we do yoga or when we do some sprinting or something like that. So listen to your body. You slow down. You calm down. It's very, very natural for us to feel stressed. It's okay. There was a question in the poll saying dealing with stress. Riddhi had posted this, and I was so happy that they are taking break for hobbies is 41%. First, I was very happy. Then I reflected. As I'm talking to you, I'm reflecting. 41% of my audience, they are dealing with stress because they are doing their hobbies and breaks. But students, after the session, go back and think, is this side hustle or is it really a break? Think about it after the session. 41% of you have to think about this after the session. You have to think these as a side hustle. That means you need to consciously see how to take a break. I will tell you how to take a break. Now, when you have simple things like when you want to like cover some 5 kilometers in your marathon, that day you didn't do well. Maybe that day your body didn't cooperate. So you will still do the 5 kilometers, but you will take some active breaks. Active breaks are like wherever you're standing, you just walk, like jog, not fast, but just walk wherever you are, like left, right, left, right. That is taking an active break for the physical body. Now, for the mental mind, active break for the mental uh, relaxation is breathing in and breathing out, which you already know. But do it consciously, observe your breath, observe what is the environment all about where you are. So this is called the active breaks that you want to take. These percentage of people who talk to friends and family are 29%. I'm very happy. Half the battle is won for this 29%. But what do you talk to your family and friends is very important. You don't talk to people who will increase your stress by saying, oh my God, why are you doing this, Geeta? You should not do like this. Don't you know we did like this when we were small? Blah, blah. No. That is, if this 29% of people are going back to vicious circle of discussing things, no. Don't increase your stress. Instead, I would recommend that there are a lot of motivational speakers, there are podcasts, there are people, go to wherever your connects are, connect with people who are positive thinkers, connect with people who respond to you when you want them, when you go to them with some stressful situation. You may not have to share what exact situation is all about. Like my mentees, they don't share their business context to me, but they'll share such that I'll know, okay, their stress levels are because of this. So this 29% of people who are talking to friends and relatives, if you're doing the right thing, it's a wonderful, wonderful pat on your back. Please continue to do that. Encourage others to do that. So sign in for people who are mentoring. So many people who do mentoring and motivation speeches that are available online without any payment. Listen to all that. Take some positive things from there. Take these things you should do. In the social media, what you do, you block all these feeds and reels that you saw, which hiked up your stress levels. Instead, check people who are talking and discussing positive things, interesting things about nutrition, interesting things about the routine. Talk something that gives you a little bit of happiness, little bit of laugh. So I put this on my right, I put one grin. No? I have put one grin. I do that consciously. I do it like an exercise. People will think that I'm very silly, I'm stupid, but I grin. I take out time and I do, so that it's good for my facial muscles. I don't know. Sometimes somebody told me, but I feel it's important to practice what we want to talk to others. When leaders have come up to this level to make people comfortable, it's time for you to start. You start practicing all this, because I am visualizing each of you to be on the leaderboard one fine day. And when one fine day, when you are scaling up, all of a sudden, like a click of a button, you will not be able to remove your stress. You will not be able to listen to people with empathy. You will not be able to think proactively, act proactively. Nothing you'll be able to do when you reach that level. So practice from today. I would appreciate if you ping Riddhi or me or anyone, ask what, if you are not able to retain what I told you, ask what we can do to relax. There's no harm. There's no harm in taking rest. Even you do like that girl who wanted to add some aesthetics to her nap. She wore one formal dress and went to that. Do something very funny. Do something to rest your mind. Laugh at a joke. So follow people who are doing something positive and attend to some cause. Go contribute to a cause. I did that, out of the 7 days, I did analysis of myself so much. I took time to analyze. I'm good at so many things. What should I do? What does the industry want? What am I capable of doing? What I don't like to do, though I'm very good at it. So I did so much of self analysis. That's why I'm able to talk to you saying that it works. It works. Do some self analysis and do this much only I can do on this. This much I can do in this. I can improve on this. Do some self analysis. That is not a hustle. That is a conscious break that you're having, but putting your mind in some a productive environment that your mind wants to be in. Okay. So this is one social media which I talked to you in the hustle, the nullifying effect I'm talking to you now. Similarly, those who are doing a lot of side gigs and side hustle, I told you, balance it out, take conscious breaks from you. And I'll talk about two people who said dealing with stress, they journal. It's very important to journal. I want all of you to start your journal. If you just start in your college notebook or anything that is, having some pages with some lines or without lines, whatever it is, you put the date, you say thank you to somebody. That's a gratitude journal that you should start. That will definitely de-stress you. Sometimes I don't laugh. I'll tell, in the journal, I'll say, thank you, my dear knees, means not my knees, but my knee in the body. Thank you so much. I was able to squat in the temple today for 2 hours and I got up without support. My age is 60. So I write in the journal, thank you very much, my dear knees. And I smile. So it can be silly, it can be very deep, it can be anything. But make sure you start journaling and that journal of gratitude. You thank 5 people, 3 people. Consciously start thanking people in your journal. And another thing, what you should do in the journal is your blessing. You start counting your blessing. How? I'll tell you. I fell down. Okay. Falling down is there. I didn't hurt myself. That is a blessing. Correct? So I'll write in the journal. I count this as my blessing. I didn't get hurt anywhere. That's my blessing. I'll write down blessing. I hope you understood, students. Writing a journal is very important. 2% of you are doing. I'm extremely proud of you. And tackling stress, journaling is very helpful. That is, Riddhi, I should appreciate this question that you have given in the poll. And there are about 15% of people who don't know how to manage stress. So this 15% of the audience I'm having, I think I have given enough examples of how to deal with the stress. It's very natural to have stress. Unknowingly also we'll start getting stressed, but you can deal with it. You can't leave it unattended. You should not say, I don't know. If you say, I don't know, that means you should do 2 things. One, you should ask. Another thing what you should do is at least research. So research, I don't want you to follow some YouTubes that give some ridiculous ideas. Don't do all that nonsense. Research and what I mentioned to you, there are motivating speakers, there are mentors, there's Amritkal itself is, inspired by this Viksit Bharat of our PM Modi, right? So do some things, write to these people, they'll tell you whom to reach out to. So these 15% of people, please reach out, ask people how to de-stress, talk to people. And as I mentioned, don't talk about what is causing you stress, what will cause you stress. Talk to people who have conquered that, who have overcome that. Talk to people who will give you their stories. Why do we read history, students? Because we will first understand what happened. most importantly, we don't want to repeat those mistakes. It's a reference. So in the context, you need a reference, you need a benchmark. So like that, you have these people who are positive thinkers as your benchmarks. Read books that will motivate you. Take time to talk to friends, go out, you know, do all this, which is very important. And another aspect of poll was how many percentage of people get overwhelmed with the activities that they are doing. So I'm very happy that 39% of you told that only few times you're overwhelmed. But if you're in the hustle that I spoke about in the beginning of my session, you have to slow down. And rest of the people who are under 27, 20%, 12%, please rethink about what all I have told you, how to not get overwhelmed by what is happening. Sometimes you're overwhelmed with happiness also. Sometimes you're overwhelmed with sorrow. Sometimes you're overwhelmed with people who are successful. So I'm giving all those as examples, but you know better in your situation what is overwhelming you. Is it over studies, like over too many classes you have to attend, too many assessments you have to go through? Are you taking some personality tests and all? Are you thinking too much about what you should do in your masters? Whatever is overwhelming to you, just put one start time and end time to these tasks. You'll be good. So I think I have covered almost everything that you were expecting me to cover. I'll end with one anecdote again. There was this professor who was uh, very busy and very overqualified, extremely popular in the college, because students who flock the professor, they get answers, they get solutions, they get assistance, they get lot of things from that professor. And that professor's always present in the moment. That is what sometimes students wonder. How is this professor so much always present? And you know what the best part is? What is on my left side? There's a smile. That professor always smiles. And he never forgets to acknowledge whomever he sees, like a housekeeping person or a person who's a student, co-professor, whatever. He's always having a smile end to end. So one day, 2 or 3 students gathered and said, we must ask this professor, what is this mantra? What is the secret? He's so busy, he's able to contribute to classes, he's able to contribute to everything that's possible. He's always there 7 days, 27/7. Still he's smiling. And the energy levels are so high. End of the day also, the professor's energy level is so high. So these group of people, they go and ask the professor, how are you able to manage so many things? Please tell us the secret. So the professor said, okay, I'll tell you my story. And then the professor says that I went through all the hustle that you went through. I realized on time and I started consciously balancing it with whatever mantra I followed from my seniors, my mentors. I was able to do a little bit of pause and slow down, and I'm able to be available and be present for everybody. That is number one. Number two, how I'm energetic, how I'm able to smile every day. That is a lesson which taught me in my life's journey. What is that lesson? That professor loves sprinting, loves to do marathons, loves to do, trekking, etc. So the professor told the students, you know what happened one day? I was only thinking about the finish line. I was thinking about the medal that I'll get after the marathon, everything. In the meantime, I forgot that I'm missing such beautiful flowers on the way. I forgot the season has changed. I forgot my raincoat because it started drizzling. So I forgot all this. That made me pause and said, you know what? Yeah, let it be a sprint, let it be a marathon. I'm not bothered about the finish line anymore. If it's a season where I can eat ice cream, I'll go take a break for ice cream. If it's a season where I love to take pictures of the leaves that are falling down, or flowers that have fallen down, or recently bloomed flowers, seasonal flowers. I'll appreciate them. I'll stand there. I am not a poet. I am not a singer, but I'll laugh, I'll smile, and I'll just hold the flower and just nod one or two times and feel happy. So it seems he did that. And that gave him that smile that is permanent now. So, what does this mean? The professor started appreciating small things. So, for you students, small wins, small success, all this should give you a smile. You should not feel sad saying, oh my God, I didn't achieve this. Don't feel like that. Small win, small recognition, small pat on the back. Let it be peer, let it be your mother, let it be your parents, whatever. But wherever you are, small recognition also, you should smile. So this is the essence of the anecdote I shared. I smile a lot. So that is out of practice. You have to smile. Over to Riddhi. I think I overshot my time.
No, ma'am, it was really interesting. So if you have any questions, oh, there's a very long question. If I can take that quickly.
Yes.
One is about the journaling. So one student is asking, like, I've heard journaling helps, and I do journaling, but I still have the same thoughts running in my mind even after venting it out. So what should he do?
Yeah, this happens. So one day you just leave the blank page. Don't write anything.
Yeah.
I do that. I don't write anything. Though I know I have some things to write, I simply don't do it. Because the other day I thought, even if I wrote, I did the same, I get the same feeling. So leave the page blank.
Okay. That's something interesting. I think I can also do that. There's another question of a student. He says like he's a final year student of ECE department. He's preparing for GATE exam and to go for MTech. And he's motivated. He feels motivated to achieve the goal, but he's struggling to translate that motivation into consistent action. And he also is regretting that utilizing that entire past 6 months properly, and the fear of repeating the same pattern. So with this 6 months left, he truly wants to stay disciplined and take most of the crucial time. So how he can do that, if you can guide him and support him.
He has an answer in his own question. He's reflecting. He's already understood that he needs some time to pause. He needs some time to discipline himself. So he's already having that. I'm 100% sure he will ace it, because he has already realized that he has to slow down. So what is the second part of the question?
So he wants to utilize that 6 months, and he wants to stay consistent and stay disciplined so that he's using that entire 6 months from the preparation.
Yeah. So what is the name of the student, if I may know?
Niraja.
Neeraja, what you need to do is, I mentioned this in my session, take a start time and an end time. So a structured next 6 months will be very structured for you. In the structure, you should also have structured breaks. This will help you. You are already disciplined, so don't take stress. You are already done 6 months, so you'll ace it. Next 6 months is just getting relaxed about the whole thing, because once you stress yourself, you forget what you're writing or what you want to write. So most of the time you should not, you should make efforts not to stress, especially when you know you just have 6 months. Please start journaling. Please start your timetable where you have time, where you'll time box break times, nap times. Did
So
I
ma'am,
answer the question?
yes, ma'am, I have another question.
Yes.
So a lot of students do experience a mental health issue. So what would be the best way that they know that they are facing this issue, and how do they go and talk to somebody? So what should be their first approach?
So I mentioned in the initial session beginning, Riddhi, that anything which we leave unattended is a challenge. So the first thing they should look out for is these symptoms. They should be conscious about their body. They should conscious about their mind. Anything that is little different, they should pay attention to that. Why is it happening? So being conscious about the mind and the body is the first step. And today's lifestyle, we need to be conscious, not just for mental wellness, not just for that, not landing in a hospital for some chronic disease. No, we have to definitely see this mental health and all is very hyped. I believe it is hyped. Don't take me otherwise, students and Riddhi. First of all, leave that thought. Why do you think you'll have mental issues? When you're balanced and you have learned how to be balanced, today's session, I hope you learned how to be balanced. If you have not learned how to be balanced, start knowing how to be balanced. Then this mental wellness will not be a challenge. Riddhi, what else you want? What is the first step they should take? First step is becoming aware of what is happening in their mind. Not get paranoid about the whole thing. There are a lot of counseling sessions happening. Identify those counseling sessions. It may not be an issue at all, but talk about it. Talk about it. And this is not regular for me, but this is happening. Just talk about it. So
Yes.
counseling session. This is the second step. After the counseling session, one follow-up session you should have. Because they'll tell most of the follow-up me, they'll normally tell what you already did. They'll give you a homework to do. So
Yeah.
if you already did that, you have accomplished what they told you. That means you're on the right path. You don't have to be worried. So attending, first of all, awareness of what is happening to your mind and body is a must. Clinically, nobody will tell you. You have to put some conscious effort to understand what is going on in your mind, what is going on in your body. Be aware. Then go talk. Whom to talk? People have talked to friends, people have talked to family. I tell you, Riddhi, talking to parents is the best thing to do. Whenever people feel wellness, mental wellness is little challenging, then the best thing is to talk to parents. If you think the parents are not strong enough to support, then what you do, talk to a professional. No harm. See, earlier in my zamana, if I tell I'm going to a psychologist, they'll mistake it to be a psychiatrist.
Yes.
Those days are all gone with my days. It's all gone, over. So just go to a proper counselor, a psychologist. In psychologist also, there is a clinical psychologist also. So depending on the severity of what your mind is saying, choose somebody like that. And in this group of people, if there are anyone, reach out to me. I am the best person to tell.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, there's another question. So,
Mhm.
there's a student, he's in the final year. He's confident about the placement, but he still is feeling a meltdown. So, how should he manage that meltdown?
May I know the name?
Nikita.
Hey, Nikita. So, even babies, small babies, if you have observed, they want to cry for no reason, right? They'll cry. Even give you my example of my children. They are grown up adults now, but one of them would roll on the ground and cry, right? 6-year-old also, even if it's a common function in a very public place, that one child of mine would roll and cry. So what, as a mother, I used to get, it hit me like hard. What others are thinking, what is happening, all that hit me so hard. Then I just laughed at myself and I said, okay, I'll allow my child to cry and say, stop. Enough is enough. Now you better stop, otherwise you'll get punished. That break we should strongly take for ourselves. Why are we crying? We want to cry. Let us cry. Let us cry. But again, time box it. Don't think you're a robot. I do it. Sometimes in the work life that I have had as a, one woman army, sometimes so much of aggressive things are happening around me. I sometimes feel like giving up. Sometimes feel that nothing will happen. So immediately what I do, the student also can do this work for me. So you can do this. I go to the washroom. I look at the mirror. I say, Geeta, what rubbish? What are you doing? Why are you crying? Just tears and all. Don't waste for this nonsense. Come on, cheer up. You're not this Geeta. Come on, I want to see the same Geeta, smiling Geeta, strong Geeta. All the superlatives I'll give to myself and say, trust me, whoever the student, trust me. Within 2 minutes, I bounce back. This comes out of practice. You have to practice at home. If you feel like crying, go to the mirror and say, why are you crying? Waste of your tears. You will get placed. Why you won't get placed? You will get placed. I know there are some, this may sound little pessimistic, but that's a real world where a lot of talent is there. Extremely capable people don't get jobs nowadays, right? But in such time, what I tell the person who's getting meltdown, please spare some time to have some faith in some supreme being that is above us.
Yes.
Some faith. You don't have to give a form to that supreme being. You think of a superhero of your characters that you love to watch. Anything in pop culture, somebody. Think of that person and just have faith. Just say there is divine intervention. That works a lot. Please write it down in your journal. There is divine intervention. Then it works. You'll get placed. No worries. It may be delayed, but you'll get placed. I strongly recommend little bit of faith. If you think that your parents have a lot of faith, you have faith on their faith. That also will work. Or your sibling has a lot of faith, or your guru has a lot of faith. Have faith in their faith. Oh, they want good for us, right? I'll get good only. Blind faith. It works.
Ma'am, there are two, three questions. I'm just combining that for you. One I'm not taking, it's a personal question. Whoever has asked it, can you just maybe ask this question to Geeta ma'am personally, maybe? I am not taking that question publicly.
You put it in on my WhatsApp. I'll
Yes,
answer.
sure. Sure, I'll do that.
Not right
And
away, but I'll answer.
yes. And then I have another question I'll just take quickly. So there's a student who has finished a CS degree last June itself, and he chose a wrong, he says he has chosen a wrong domain, and he has wasted almost 6 months preparing for it, and now he regret losing the time. But he wants to go into a new domain. And is there any helpful insights that he could keep himself motivated for the next few months to keep himself on the track?
Okay. So many of us go through this phase. So many of us we take up our graduation in the field that we think we are good at and we want to do. You see my own profile: journalism, public relations, human resource, right?
Yes.
So I did not just like the student, but fate had it such way that it didn't work for me. So I didn't give up. I said, when somebody asked me, when you have public relations, journalism, postgraduate diplomas in everything, why are you choosing human resources? I said, I used them as my tools. My heart and soul didn't work over there. I realized that they are degrees. So instead of keeping them in my file, I use them as a tool. So I'm applying what I learned. So the person who wants to switch domain, you never know when he scales up. One fine day, when the technical scenario changes to such vast extent, we never know the foundations what we have spent on will always work. It will always work, trust me. So just go ahead, upskill yourself, sign up for some sessions which will prepare you for the domain that you want to choose. You never know, after 3-4 years in that domain, you would want to change your line. We never know. It's like a process, like a child. They might resemble their father some of the years. They might resemble their mother for some of the years. So it's like that only. Everything I'll connect to my personal self only. Because when you attend to your personal self, you'll be able to attend to the outside world. So the person who wants to change the domain, happily go and do extra work on getting to that domain. First of all, ask that student to understand what does it take to go to that domain. He has to understand what does it take to that domain. Accordingly, he must time box his learning.
Ma'am, so I would like to end this, and before I end, I would like you to give us three takeaway points from today's session. And you think that we should practice that, and in terms of the health, in terms of practicing journaling, anything you would like to share?
I would prioritize on practicing journals, and I would definitely prioritize having faith in one divine intervention. I don't want you to go religious about it, but have faith in some divine intervention. It will happen. Put efforts, first of all. Don't just think that it will happen suddenly. Put some efforts, do your 100%, and then leave it to the divine intervention. It will happen. It may be delayed, it will happen. This is my second important mantra. And the third, which is my favorite, is smile. And when you want to give up, don't give up. Become more stronger. You make yourself more stronger. When you challenges come in front of you, become more stronger. And students, it might sound very cliche, but there is a proverb which I write down when I'm stressed or when I want to give up. Whenever I want to give up, I will write this sentence on the whiteboard that I have at the back. Only the tough get going when the going gets tough. Only the tough get going when the going gets tough, or other way around. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Yeah, this is simpler. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. So don't give up, ever. Ever. You want to cry, you cry. You want to shout, shout. Calm down. Calm down. Become present in the situation. Think clearly. Clarity will come only when your mind is calm.
Yes. So thank you so much, everyone. I've just shared a quick feedback form for everyone. And on behalf of Pod.ai, ma'am, I would like to thank you especially for and from Mentor Cloud for joining us today and sharing your experiences and the kind of knowledge, a different perspective to everything. Now that we talk about hustle culture, we talk about earning so much money, but we forget about our health, we forget about ourselves. And I think what you have shared today is very interesting. And I think even personally, I would also reflect upon this and start practicing this. This is something very interesting. And I would like to share personally that I've been doing a lot of sessions over the time with Mentor Cloud also and with Pod also. But this is something very touching and very impactful. Why? Because you didn't share a PPT. Though, I mean, without a PPT, I'm just listening to you so calmly and I'm just concentrating on it. The other times I would see a PPT answer to that, but listen to that and I mean, try to visualize, but there was a less of listening. So this is something very different. Thank you so much for doing this, ma'am. And it was really nice.
I always feel that PPT disturbs the thought process. I always feel, even I do give presentations with PPT, but I just do bullet points. People have to listen to me to understand what I've mentioned over there.
Yes.
Active listening happens when there is nothing to read over there.
Mhm.
And then no judgment will happen, right? It will
Yes.
not become like a, then why should you listen to me? You can go Google, no.
Hmm. Thank you, students, for joining. There's a feedback form in the chat. If you all can quickly answer the feedback form, fill in the feedback form, and then maybe we can end the session.
So
And ma'am, would you like to also, if you want, is there a LinkedIn profile that we can all
please
uh,
share. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So there's a LinkedIn profile mentioned in the landing page where you have, like we all registered for the session, the same landing page. Ma'am's LinkedIn profile is also mentioned. You all can follow her. If you have any personal questions, you can always ping in her and ask.
I make time. I make time. That is one more mantra I want to share. Learn to make time.
Yes. Ma'am, just wanted to ask, so you left your work, like, are you into full-time mentoring or what is it like?
No, because the law, the act says that at the age of 60, you have to retire. My organization retired me. Okay. But
Okay.
uh, I I like you people. I want to monetize some of my skills and capabilities that I'm good at. I mentioned to you that I did a lot of analysis about
Mhm.
myself. So I'm doing for 7 days. I have analyzed the 2 days. I'll do something that'll give me a lot of satisfaction, but no money. But I still do. So
Mhm.
and I'll do 2 days or whatever possible that will I monetize for whatever I'm doing. Another 3 days I will study. I'm studying. I'm in my second sem of MBA. You
Oh,
might wonder why I'm doing MBA, but I'm a Hatke person. All of you do first theory, then go practical. I am one Hatke person. I did all practical. Now I'm doing theory.
wow, wow, ma'am.
So
That's
So
inspiring.
I have addressed whatever I analyzed. So I do two courses, like I go to visually impaired school and where BCom, BA, humanities students who are ready for the job. There I go give tips how to be job ready, how dress plays an important, though they are visually impaired, how confidence plays in. I go take sessions like this monthly, and I go for sure monthly to LV Prasad. I do 2 hours of reading, audio book recording I do. So these two I for sure I'll do. I like to do something for Society of Save the Rocks, which I'm not happy that I didn't do. So I will do. This is how I do, I balance. So mentoring is also a session where I'm trying, I'll try to monetize, but it's okay. People want to come to me, it's fine. But it will be a very if it's a commitment.
Hmm.
Mentoring is a commitment of time. How I do is I'm a certified mentor. So what
Mhm.
I do is 6 months will be the program. 3 months I'll handhold the mentee. There will be
Mhm.
short-term goals, there will be long-term goals. I'll walk along with the mentee. Then the next 3 months I'll not be hand holding. I'll ask the mentee to do everything what the mentee has learned in the first 3 months. So my mentoring sessions are 6 months of commitment of time.
Yes.
And IT, non-IT, people who are married, men, women, so many people I do.
Thank you so much. And I think all of you have filled this form. This is a feedback for Geeta ma'am that how was the session about? And ma'am will be sharing this form with you.
Perfect. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
sure. So one thing that I left out, I want to tell you,
Ye-
there were 46% of audience who were energized when they came.
Yes.
I hope the 46 is 46% and didn't go down.
Yes, I think we left on that. We should have asked. So I think I have one poll. I can quickly start do it. If you all, whoever is there, if you can answer this poll. So what do you want to get out of the session? So I answer it in a way that what you have got. So you have learned how to balance ambition and mental health, get practical stress, hear real stories. Actually, they have heard a lot of real stories and experiences, understand hustle culture and its impact, learn how to set boundaries, just curious, exploring. So answer it in a way that you have attended the session.
So I'm so glad you asked this question. Yeah.
No, I had this poll left, so I thought maybe I
Yeah.
can reverse it and
You
ask.
know, try to get it ready. 46% of them were very energized when they came. So I
Yes,
want to know if it at least reached 60%.
yes. Also, if you all can, whoever is here, can fill the feedback form, that would be really great for ma'am also, so to understand how is the session.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people have answered. Some of them are filling the form, I guess. So I'll just
Okay,
end
no
and I'll show
problem.
you. Hmm.
No problem.
So it's like They have learned about how to balance an ambition, a mental health, and well-being. They got
It's
a
a
lot of
very
practical stress
vast topic,
management.
Riddhi. I
Yeah, yeah.
can spend time on
Yes,
each of these points for a long time.
yes,
I felt that organization part, leaders part doesn't matter much now.
yes, yes. No, I
It's all
mean,
important for them to go for the first job, whatever is needed. I told them to be prepared.
uh-huh.
At least they are aware now that the organizations are giving them that kind of environment.
Yes.
Did I answer your question about uh, how I'm spending my time, etc.?
Yes, yes.
My
Well,
second
because
officer.
I when we were preparing your profile, we came across that you're not working with any organization, you're just mentoring. So I was just thinking like, what are you doing now? So that's the reason I asked you.
So my time is like in different buckets, Riddhi. I
Yeah.
don't do mentoring full time
Okay.
because I told you, no, I can't do too much mentoring. It will be
Mm-hmm.
like one-on-one, which means a six
Yes.
months commitment. So mentoring in the sense I won't do my full time as mentoring.
Yes.
I do some training sessions also. I go to some of the colleges have reached out to me to come and speak to them motivational sessions, and some of the places they have asked me to come and train their placement officers. So how to be job ready, how they should train their students to be job ready, etc.
Okay.
So I am known for my soft skill training.
Oh.
Soft skill any topic.
Mhm. Ma'am, I think we'll just end the session and we'll connect back to you again sometime. It
Yes,
was really nice
Riddhi.
talking to you. Thank
I,
you so much on
also
behalf of
Ayushi
me and
Saran,
Saurabh and Ayushi.
thank you, Ayushi. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Been
So whoever
finished
has
and
filled the
I
feedback form not done, please do it soon. I'm just ending the session here.
shall I? Yeah, you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye, Riddhi.
Bye
Thank
bye,
you.
ma'am.
Did you take a screenshot or something?
Yes, yes, I did. I did.
Chalo, bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you for hosting the session. Bye bye.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. I'm just ending the session here. Ma'am's LinkedIn ID is on the same landing page where you have registered. So if you can go back and see there.